Team Jorge pushes more hate than your fake gay goofy guy. The force they use to score faith at its core is just a facade. Team Jorge pushes more hate than your fake gay goofy guy. The force they use to score faith at its core is Israeli bots. Team Jorge's one example. There could be hundreds, maybe thousands of black ops units made to trample on your rights while not allowing you to talk about you bowing to Netanyahu this week. Somehow this crazy clown's the king of when and how Americans speak. These pigs are proud to cheat when kosher bacon's on the line. And tell Hain is allowed to keep his concentration camp defined as many days before its time with the kind of crazy tech that's so amazing it reminds great minds of something they had yet to see, and safe to bet that your dumbass has a neither. But to say that you reject it means that you're your own deceiver, since you're only a believer of the theater that you choose. As long as someone feeds the meter, you're just a reader of the news. Since the meaner the abuse, the more you seem to be amused. You're just there to clean their shoes. Team Jorge is there to push distraction. They're obscene and there to prove their dream is only fair to who is seen as a clearly chosen few. Our despair is their only passion. Team Jorge pushes more hate than your fake gay goofy guy. The force they use to score faith at its core is just a facade. Team Jorge pushes more hate than your fake gay goofy guy. The force they use to score faith at its core is Israeli bots. Team Jorge is pure hate, and they shape what we see. Their short faith obscures great well when taking off the G. Their work rate's what ensures they are safe when they deceive. Their wordplay is absurd. May they take what they believe and shove it in their sleeves. High aces and track marks. Disgusting disease is racist and the facts aren't staples, yet they act smart, charting everyone's course. They raise hell and attack art, starting the much needed divorce, parting the Goyim shores while they extort our exodus. Their startling phony lore keeps forging the prejudice, imploring that the best of us never touch true glory. Team Jorge is relentless. Fuck whatever shit they're whoring off is just another porny story that they're always selling. Their cult practices and orgies are worthy of us telling. Our fellow Goyim start repelling their slowly swelling invasion. As long as we aren't rebelling, we're just yelling Goyim Nation. Team Jorge pushes more hate than your fake gay goofy guy. The force they use to score faith at its core is just a facade. Team Jorge pushes more hate than your fake gay goofy guy. The force they use to score faith at its core is Israeli bots. It's crazy that something so destructive can be so obvious. There's a Wikipedia page about it. TBG. TBG.
If anybody has any suggestions, we can play suggestions.
Part 2. I don't remember hearing anybody ever complain when I did redneck accents.
Cry me a river, all the way to the sea. Tell me how you're not a winner and how this conspiracy should be a care to me, and why whatever you say matters, or how you lost your family and how your shanty's all in tatters. Those who claim it's a disaster, those armchair quarterbacks should be honored that their masters make the borders we attack. Are the hoarders of the track getting caught slacking again? There's no need to blur the facts when the trap has you strapped in. Never asking if your wins are given or they're earned. Slap right in your chin, you Goyim never learn that we enjoy it when you burn. You're bred to hell unseen. Your soylence clearly turns from yellow, red, and blue to green. Your uneducated team always cries about the plays. Separated from your dream like a nightmare every day. And now you want me to say how I feel bad for what we do to the world, but I'm unfazed while you don't even have a clue. Hey, hey, ho, ho, this penis part has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, gutters too. Hey, hey, ho, ho, their penis part has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, let's break the rule. Hey, hey, ho, ho, this penis part has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, their pilgrim's crew. Hey, hey, ho, ho, their penis part has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, it's night.
Seem to be on every entrance and
Did you ever
exit.
ask just what it takes to make a whole people genocidal? What kind of silly sickness must be baked into the fake revival of a state that's only viral through mock trials and tribulations? Or what kind of suicidal cops are vital for a nation birthed out of denial of faith and how amazing humanity is? Who can smile over your face when they've forsaken your vanity? This escape from reality sits atop everyone's list of crimes, while our racism basically shits out every is that you define each other with to realign the scripted shit that's flipped our time into the wicked twisted lines written to wind you up with anxiety. You're in a prison of the mind so much that you will quietly suffer through our pious guile-free narrative, creating all your rivalries.
Meanwhile,
the Zig Heil is there to give our vision its hindsight, while our revival heritage is missions to mind one. Hey, hey, ho, ho, this penis part has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, gutters too. Hey, hey, ho, ho, their penis part has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, let's break the rule.
we're not good.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, this penis part has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho,
Not good.
their pilgrim's crew. Hey, hey, ho, ho, their penis part has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, it's night. There's nothing you've experienced in your petty Goyim life that is sharper than the period where my back had every knife, which is nothing if not rife with the strife that slices wrists, inserted with shofars and pipes by trifling wives who only exist to make more rich kids to enlist in the sick, disgusting game. Like
The drizzle. The drizzle.
mist, our toxic crusted rain has been muffustigating brains with a ritualistic abuse that's such a suffocating pain. There's no equivalent excuse since it's malignant and the truth is the proof is in the way. We're indignant to the shoes we'd never worn in any way. No one else has had to pay the price forced on us by our fault. Systematically getting raped while we're told that it's our fault. And at 13 we're called adults and we assault the next generation. The cycle never halts, it's just the salt and the abrasion. Like how we
The
all
salt
love
and
our
the
invention
abrasion.
and our cult chosen by God. The whole goddamn world's a
What's up,
stage and
Steven?
our cult thrives off the facade.
Sue me. Yeah, I'm sure they sued you.
Once again, in April of 2025, Miriam and her now dead troll husband Sheldon Adelson's crown, the universally respected Israel Hayom, published the most important article ever written, The Bottom of Darkness, and you don't know about it. At least you didn't know about it, but now that you do, ignorance is no longer a viable defense, and the final solution is clear.
It's usually pretty obvious what
we
is.
need to save the Jewish children. TBG. Those bad goals.
I love how Trump was talking about the gas prices and shit. Gas prices went up 20 cents. Again. I don't know where you are, but yeah, gas prices are as high as they've ever been.
They try to make me join the jihad, and I said no, no, no. Trump is back on TV trial, but where are the Epstein tapes? Oh yeah, Diddy's gone completely wild, but where are the Epstein tapes? Israel's so disgustingly vile, but where are the Epstein tapes? They have you chasing your tail. Meanwhile, where are the friggin' Epstein tapes? ISIS hit Russia in typical style, but where are the Epstein tapes? The boat hit the bridge and fell into a pile, but where are the Epstein tapes? The churches molested another child, but where are the Epstein tapes? They have the Goy in a state of denial, but where are the friggin' Epstein tapes? Everything's a conspiracy, at least by definition. So, mentioning the fear can seem to sheep like repetition, but keeping Goy opinions in a constant state of confusion is how the weakest of us live in a place where they abuse and display so much amusement from telling us their truth. Then they say we need improvement when we rebel against their proof, but when we delve into the roots, we see the dye they use to mold, the hell they use to spoof us into soldiers to be told, the orders we behold as truth to be self-evident. But the more that we expose, the more useless that the president and all his goofy residents look to Goyim eyes. Their ruse is so irrelevant, their crooked, stupid lies are like bookends to disguise both sides of their illusion. These crooks who send their prize hide their true intrusion, hooked into our lives while compromising movement. They're cooking up the white, yet denying they still use it to supply the shitty music so the Goy can sing along. The grand rising so elusive, it's annoying just how wrong we are in knowing we belong to such depravity is gross, like drinking water from a bong, or like how gravity's a hoax, since we all know different strokes make different people happy. The show we're shown only shows that ignorance we're masking is the last laugh, and they're laughing at the masses they've been smashing on the path to everlasting control of what we think. The classes that they're passing with the math they use while bashing the staff who they've been asking for the trolls to shut and bring the fold our lucky ring or whatever else we need for our golden touch to sting the selfish pricks who we believe help if they deceive, bleeding the Goyim dry. The wealth that comes when we succeed is fleeting if we try to have a meeting in the sky with a God that doesn't care, while we keep repeating lines like we're crazy for our share. It's amazing how we spare the scared who always strike, but when our splits compared, we see the balls that no one likes, yet we all still recite our anthems like good sheep who just keep falling from a flight of stairs that's made of clearly cheap materials, complete with a typical your fault story. Our serial defeat ends with our Goyim glory. Trump is back on TV trial, but where are the Epstein tapes? Oh yeah, Diddy's gone completely wild, but where are the Epstein tapes? Israel's so disgustingly vile, but where are the Epstein tapes? They
black
have
hammer
you
right here.
chasing your tail. Meanwhile, where are the friggin'
up to the
Epstein
light.
tapes? ISIS hit Russia in typical style, but where are the Epstein tapes? The boat hit the bridge and fell into a pile, but where are the Epstein tapes? The churches molested another child, but where are the Epstein tapes? They have the Goy in a state of denial, but where are the friggin' Epstein tapes?
Oh, he's so good. He's just so good. Just so good. I had that one for a while. Just waiting for the right time. Are you ready for another conspiracy theory?
Are you ready for another conspiracy theory? That's nothing if not true. Especially people my age or near me with friends or family made to lose their lives that were removed or just screwed, both up and down. While the excuses that are used prove the same clues that I found to be the blame that's on the brown people, as it always is, when the shame that's underground hides the evil that persists to this day involving kids. But today it's called Epstein. As organic as plastic, as scripted as a scene from a liquid TV dream. We need an eon flux capacitor, persistently between our genetics and the massacre that speaks to how these bastards hurt children for their entertainment. And Franklin was a masterwork, like how the lead investigator's plane went down like an embankment after it fell apart mid-air. Something turned it into pavement, and it's obvious that Gary Caradoni's kid was there. He was only 8 years old, and since his briefcase disappeared, the story just went cold. They gave us Gulf War syndrome. They made you come with razor blades. They gave us Gulf War syndrome. They think you're dumb enough to fade. They gave us Gulf War syndrome. The same ones who gave us AIDS. They gave us Gulf War syndrome to keep Franklin in the shade. Gary Caradoni led the team, investigating Lawrence King, a coffee-colored man, the cream, allowed to rise and dance and sing the national anthem at their thing. They loved to tell him, step and fetch it. He kissed the wall in every ring. The Franklin Federal Community Credit Union was where he was embedded to steal $38 million. What really got his pork chop credit was being a villain in power. And Gary found the power
You're talking about Trump. You're just telling everybody you're a
pictures
pedophile.
featuring Larry the Coward.
Only pedophiles support a pedophile.
As the sound of those big screams went all the way up to the president. Yet everyone, it seems, got off like being celibate is something so irrelevant they just fucked everyone. The room had so many elephants that their skeletons were all stunned. And like melanin in the sun, these monsters tanned so many hides that their integrity was done with Gary's crash on the 10th of July. And 2 weeks later, they decided, never mind the missing evidence. So when Gary Caradoni died, so did the story's relevance. They gave us Gulf War syndrome. They made you come with razor blades. They gave us Gulf War syndrome. They think you're dumb enough to fade.
So we got one of these videos where I have plenty of likes, but only 2 viewers. Love when that happens.
Syndrome. The same ones who gave us AIDS. They gave us Gulf War syndrome to keep Franklin in the shade. Unfortunately for them, the Goy asked too many questions because when things just don't make no sense and we notice misdirection, we tend to call out the infection with a penchant for detection. We saw they broke the law, then we mentioned how their henchmen gave the impression their intention was to lessen the chances they're caught. Their aggressions and discretion was the lesson being taught. And although each session's bought and paid for with our taxes, their expressions had us so distraught they made everybody ask if they can cause plane crashes and pass it off as accidents. Are the transcripts just a synapses making masses become passionate that the brass is all compassionless and always telling us lies? We've mastered being the last to give a fuck about the prize that we get for closing eyes. And by August 3rd, weeks later, the Gulf War was then supplied, and the Desert Storm was tailored to cover up the paper. The story disappeared. The Epstein Pizzagate Franklin Savior lives.
They're letting you know that they have shit in their phone that they wouldn't want you to see. I mean, he's such a disaster. The distraction works really well. I mean, did you see his speech with the jokes and stuff? Exactly. Proudly antiseptic.
They gave us ghost syndrome. They think you're dumb enough to pay. They gave us ghost syndrome. The same ones who gave us AIDS. They gave us ghost syndrome to keep Franklin in shade. So I keep writing these songs and send them to Charles in hopes he gets them done immediately. Convinced the story the song is about is on the precipice of breaking. These songs are about hope and the desperate belief in my fellow Goyim that we will unite, rise, and overthrow the same control scheme tentacles.
Yay, Trump. He's going to cut the gas prices in half. He's going to cut the gas prices in half. He's going to do it.
They keep being proven true, even if it's decades later. TBG.
TBG.
Baby.
Baby.
TBG.
Speaking of your boy.
Please stop falling for Diddy. It's such a disgusting distraction. It's appalling how, quite literally, we had the exact same reaction when Trump was caught in traction and acting like a fool, seemingly foolishly laughing with passion when rules apply to a school of thought when he had one, relying on jewels to put shine on his tantrums. But this time his fandom wants to be duped. We're paying a ransom for low-hanging fruit. Diddy, or did he not? See, Diddy is Diddley Squad when looking at who diddles alive. Diddy so shitty Trump gave him a shot. Diddy, or did he not? See, Diddy is Diddley Squad when looking at who diddles alive. Diddy so shitty Trump gave him a shot. So, Diddy and Trump on out of what? So,
Isn't that funny? Nobody talks about that. Diddy and Trump had a pretty good relationship. They was buddies.
That Trump wasn't involved in not killing Epstein.
Huh?
Diddy, or did he not? See, Diddy is Diddley Squad when looking at who diddles alive.
That's what happens. Hi. Get down.
Just like with Epstein, the boy only knows because the people invested in Trump own the show. And Diddy and J-Lo, Jay-Z and Jay-Jesus. If this doesn't expose the nose in the beast,
Get out of my way! Good gravy.
it is just a small piece, it's how it's always been. Since Diddy can't win if not given the game, chosen by chosen.
Chosen by chosen.
We only know about Diddy because the system wanted him. Just like with Kanye.
Some hashish.
Just like with Kyrie.
Never been a fan for the price point.
I don't know enough of a difference to justify the price increase.
the dogs are ridiculous. But I just kick them and stuff, and I get up and I kick them and I punch them and I get out my little taser and I zap them. I'm like vicious like that. Charles got mad at me on this one. Dude, why are you always talking about them? So I had to make the intro fit.
Since it's their sons and daughters that will be Goyim slaves forever, if they don't soon remember that as one we are our strongest, and that's what they do better than what most of us on the long list will ever hope to accomplish, since they stand up for our rights. Instead, we're made accomplices in our own genocide, yet the auditors never hide or cower as they are supposed to, so why aren't they colliding with Trump's cabinet full of old
Thank you.
that only want to control who, where, when, what, why, and how? The Goyim like to go through the blocks. The chosen choose the choice. The Goyim picks where to crown.
What's up, Matthew? Guys, if you're watching, like, share, sub, help out. At some point, you realize this is the weirdest and most censored feed you've ever seen, so you might as well just start helping now. Netanyahu coming to America next week for like the 30th time since. Well, the thing is, last year they averaged a meeting every 2 weeks. Netanyahu came here 5 times. Trump went there once. So this will be the first time since Netanyahu supposedly died that they're actually meeting up. But I'm hoping he gets killed. I mean, I hope somebody kills him. I'm not like words here. I hope somebody plane into the fucking building he's in and all the collateral damage is worth it. Because it's all their collateral damage anyway. It would be good if he can get eliminated. Yeah, it would be amazing. It would be amazing. Both of them. If it was Trump and Netanyahu, that would be even better. These are pedophiles. There's no sympathy, there's no excuse for, they need to be eliminated, eradicated, just like the rest of the Mishnah and the DIRECT cult. And that's what people don't understand is, the genocide is actually the distraction. They'd rather we talk about the distraction than talk about Mishnah and Da 5-4 or metzitzia or any of the real, like, the foundations of the genocide. The genocide obviously is something that needs to be eliminated, but you can't eliminate it unless you kill the cause. And, you have to ask yourself, how do you have an entire population of people that lives off of genocide? Like, what's going on with them? How do they get to that point?
Why aren't all Americans finally banding together? The distractions like comparing twins, their line is Kevin Fetter, since it's all like we've bred to sever the few connections Goyim has. We've been made
their line is Kevin Fetter. Kevin Fetter, man. That was my request. Huh.
They hate when we have pride and unite.
Well, see, it's that one brain thing. Anybody wants to send me some money, I could really use it right now. So, anybody else on that tip, send $100 my way. I'd really appreciate it. Notice how I'm not allowed to have super chats or anything. You guys ever notice that stuff? A sprat to catch a mackerel. Never heard that before. You know how you fucking Scottish crazies are.
If we don't unify, the sequel will be more sheep to Hollywoodism.
Why does Donald hate America? Donald Trump hates America.
Why does Trump hate America?
This song got taken down from, can't remember, Netanyahu's promotion.
Donald Trump hates America.
I mean, I want to, I think Netanyahu needs to be I mean, did you see an interview where he's just the shit he's saying about Mandami? I mean, I don't fall for Mandami or anything. Don't get that twisted at all.
Knock, knock.
But just the shit that's being said, the way that they try to make it seem like they are the victims, and it's just strange, you know. And then of course they have all of the reporters in their pocket, so none of them call out the bullshit when it's right to their face. Like, as a journalist, you would think they would be insulted. As a professional, you'd think they would be insulted by somebody blatantly lying to their face. But nope. Not when it's bitch-ass Bibi.
We were supposed to get stronger, yet we now head for a startling conclusion no longer. In the future, it belongs
I'm more and more convinced every day that everyone that's allowed, that everyone that has a feed, that you know, that does better than 3 watchers, and it's because they're allowed to. Whether they're on the payroll or not, if they're, they might not be even, you know, they might not even know that they're agents for the system. They don't need to get paid to do it. They just naturally say it. And if that's the case, of course their shit's gonna get boosted. I'm still waiting for somebody to show me somebody else that gets what I get. You know, you'd think it'd be pretty easily done, and somebody would jump at the opportunity to make me look stupid, but they never seem to. Strangely enough. There was a little.
We walk around pretending to see danger at every turn. The crazy amount of frequencies we're hit with doesn't earn a place in
Cough, cough. COVID sauce now covers yo spaghetti.
We're not really on the brink of destruction like a king, and our armor is a weakness. Washing COVID down the sink, we drink the same water that your penis empties into, and we believe it can be cleaned a zillion times. And still, no tiny pieces ever cross the finish line.
Anyways, to get checked out. It sounds like you said something else, but you didn't.
If we're
So.
sick from flying swine, was ice in hell detected?
If we're sick from flying swine, was ice and hell detected? Oh, so good.
COVID sauce now covers your spaghetti. Scarf, you always fall for whatever, Bigfoot Yeti. The boss is tall, so don't get lost when you see red, you're ready to cross across, let's lose the cross. That fear is weird and petty. So anywho, it's flu and such as you cough out clouds of sickness, floating around just waiting to touch and give someone the business. Unless their immunity makes the wall inside their nose. But if your COVID sauce can win the micro battle in their holes, then that person's now exposed. And the cancer keeps on spreading. The COVID's on their clothes and everything they're now regretting. Touching and therefore letting more COVID sauce leak out. Thanks to the media, we're forgetting how ridiculous we sound. But enough messing around, damn it. You haven't found it funny. And since your head is in the ground, you safely cannot see what's coming. Besides, your nose is kind of runny. So
with your head in the sand, your ass is wide open.
Like you're stoned and cold and stunning that you're Rachel
Take that
Ross. Just like the staple, you should floss. The real damage that you're doing is a fable that the bosses knew was something that was screwing up our mouths while chewing up the money in our pockets. While everything these clowns keep spewing proves their waste is toxic.
Their waste is toxic.
Cough, COVID sauce now covers your spaghetti. Scarf, you always fall for whatever, Bigfoot Yeti. The boss is tall, so don't get lost when you see red, you're ready to cross across, let's lose the cross. That fear is weird and petty.
Are you any particular album or prolific time period you like a suggestion from today? Nope. Whatever you want to hear. Anyone who needs checked out the exact opposite of whatever deflection you try to put into us, boy. He was so
As a
excited about this
POC,
beat.
I'm PO when I see the
Well,
stereotypes.
it looks like somebody just turned the light on.
Like the fools were
That was
supposed to
fucking
be,
weird.
since everyone knows a G for someone who says they are. But that act was not for me. I had no issues being hard, and yet we're dumb for being smart. Called a pussy or a fag, while some clowns still say retard, like they're not the first ones to get mad if the child that they have is challenged in any way that makes an asshole laugh. Well, they'd step right up and say how you messed up their day, and now it's time for y'all to fight. Of course, we only push that play if the person in our sights isn't quite alright. Maybe smaller, weaker, thinner. Then we'll smite with all our might while we eat your fear for dinner. But if that dirty sinner has tattoos and grizzled muscles, we turn to Elsa in the winter, frozen in our piddle puddles. Either way, we're quick to tussle when someone calls us names. We're all pieces in a puzzle, stuck in someone else's frame. Yet it's not like we're ashamed or even notice how we're duped. We all just play the game
so weird.
in this never-ending loop. But what I did, bro.
What I did, bro. What I did.
What I did, though. What I did.
What I did, bro. What I did.
What I did, though.
Like and subscribe
What I
indeed.
did, bro.
Like, share, and sub, guys.
What I did,
I mean, again, unless you're used to seeing feeds with 3 watchers and 7 likes, then I guess it's no big deal.
How did we get this way? Ignorant sheep with our diplomas, always trying to get laid. It's like we're one big melanoma, but we're only in a coma because we're kept asleep. If a doctor writes you somas, then no wonder there's a steep climb to just compete with the world you see around you. And when your teacher drags their feet, if they're drowning, then you drown too. Our society full of clown shoes doesn't see it's one big circus. We're in the bathroom yelling, John who? Yet we don't see it's all on purpose.
We're in the bathroom yelling, John who? Or did I meet a friend of yours? Was it in the gay bathrooms and the blah blah blah? Let's hear what good thing you come up with.
If we can't lead our horse to water, then surprise, the steed will die. There's a reason we don't thrive. Well, unless it comes to failing. And since the cream will always rise, then the coffee can't prevail. Things are like a ship that's sailing in a perfect storm of stupid. The future
I have no idea who that is.
proves we're too
Something
dumb to
stupid, I'm
improve.
sure. Good morning.
What I did, bro.
How are you?
What I did. What I did, though.
Same thing.
What I did, though. What I did.
I'm very comfortable knowing that our military is going to be with Israel, though, aren't you? Doesn't that make you feel safe? Yes.
What I did. What I did, bro. What I did. But what I did, though. What I did. I'm so embarrassed by my people and how we're raised.
Razapam, like
There really
17.
is no
Doing a time machine, right? You're beating a cat in. And then attack the mic with slam poetry like this. You never wrote any poetry like this.
If our sons and daughters fall, then it's no wonder when we run up, we trip.
It better rhyme. I fucking hate spoken word poetry. I really do.
We're tricked into being scared if
Like,
not for chosen tariffs
you guys
on our
wanna see my-
dignity and lives. We wouldn't be so quick to perish, thinking when we finally die, we'll reach
see
the
if I can
heaven
find
in the
something.
sky that we aren't allowed on Earth. Our present presence is a
gonna
lie,
hear some spoken word.
presents that are worth much less than how at birth we're all given serial numbers.
He's
The chosen see
crude.
us all as
He's
serfs, and
rude.
their wave of
He's
terror
lewd.
wonders.
It rhymes too much for spoken
Everyone
word
is
already.
under the thumb
Yes,
of their oppressors.
he's
Our
the
owners
total
like us
dick.
dumber, that way we
Duck
beg
man,
for their
Jason
oppression.
Alexander.
Foolishly calling it a
The
lust
slovenly,
and the gods
smart
give us
mouth,
gifts.
private
And
eyes,
while we know
ladies
it's their
don't like
invention,
and
we're
men
always
don't
the same.
want to be like. Together with corn-fed,
But what
his
I did, bro.
portly,
What I did.
horse
What I
portion,
did, though. What I did.
horse portion
What I did,
partner
though.
in
What I
crime
did.
solving. Anyway,
What I did,
yeah,
bro.
just reading the
What I
box.
did.
Anything can be spoken word if you just read it the right way.
What I did. But what I did, bro. What I did. What I did, bro. What I did. But what I did, though.
I wish I could
What I
scream like
did.
rage. Wouldn't that be amazing?
People always ask me,
Yeah, the thing
What
is,
videos
lyrically,
they should
nobody's
look
on this
up
level.
to
Where
find
the rhymes all
information.
fit, the metaphors fit, the timing all fits.
And after all
This
these
is
years,
different,
I can
but
tell you
I
there's
appreciate
only
it.
one thing you need to watch. YouTube, a video called Hollywoodism. It tells you everything you need to know, and it's not even by some crazy conspiracy guy like me.
This is the ping pong
They
ball, though.
make it about themselves. It's almost like they're bragging. You know. TBG
Charles is so
stuff,
weird. He heard the
baby.
pinball drop and was like, I need to make a beat out of that. This is the most inbred stream I've ever seen. That's weird. What part's inbred? The part where we talk about killing pedophiles or overthrowing the friars who control things. Which part don't you like? I'm definitely not themish, so the inbred thing doesn't work.
Yo, TBG. We live us bubbles and it's easy to see. By all of the trouble that continuously continues
Gotta
to
remember,
double
this
when
song
the
was written
conspiracies
in
they tell you the muscle when we think we're free. You of the beer we perceive. Coddles
in
and
like
cuddles,
the beginning of the summer of last year.
yet it clearly to see. It's a sleight of hand job. It's a circle full of jerks. Trump's polishing and knob. Netanyahu in reverse. The Israelis are a mob, but the Americans are restless. We don't see we're being robbed. The illusion only works if the heart on our shirts is bleeding profusely, starting at birth. They're constantly using our pride and our worth to hide how they're abusing their lives only work. Since the truth is a movie. Truth is a movie. Truth is a movie.
You're, while
Their lives
you
only
are,
work.
literally Israeli American.
Truth is a movie. Truth is a movie. Their lives only
Yeah?
work.
Is that what it is?
The
That's
agreement
interesting.
with Iran is just one sleight of hand. Do everything in heaven when the hell that they command is all part of the plan to further genocide. And once you understand, you'll no longer choose to hide. See, the story they provide makes it seem
Let's see.
your feelings will subside, not seeing at the roots. You so you can
Joined 2 years ago, has 9 subscribers. Well, that's different. Good job. As soon as they put the wrong your, you know they're probably Israeli. Right?
It's a sleight of hand job.
It's just dumb.
Trump's polishing and knob. Netanyahu in reverse. The Israelis are a mob, but the Americans are restless. We don't see we're being robbed. The illusion only works if the heart on our shirt is bleeding profusely, starting at birth. They're constantly using our pride and our worth to hide how they're abusing their lives only work. Since the truth is a movie. Truth is a movie. Truth is a movie.
This is our song, you dirty dog. You know what you're doing. Oh, yeah? Nice. Israel's only been around since 1949, and hopefully not too much longer. 48, but yes. Yes, it's all bullshit.
Maybe they'll let Houthis and Americans will act like we should turn it in a smoothie since the ruse is just a movie that's been done so many times that we simply keep excusing when they justify their crimes. But the more they put their shine on the darkest gloomy story, the more we should rewind and see the tactics they're employing to make it all seem boring like a calm before the storm. They're leading us to mourning when their cheers become the norm. Norm! Agent Orange is out there facilitating the next false flag attack. When Syria or Lebanon or Saudi Arabia or Yemen or whatever.
Saudi Arabia's in the news. We gave Saudi the nuclear program.
Been
telling you about this for years now.
American soldiers, which then
Sure,
inspires
it's just
you with high
coincidence.
yellow ribbons around trees and demand that.
I love how the day after Mondani drops the speech about how he doesn't have the power to arrest Netanyahu, but Trump needs to step up, yada, yada, yada. The next day, there was a stabbing. An a Jew was stabbed in New York whilst the attacker yelled, Allahu Akbar! Oh, it's so dumb. It's like Ken dumb. It's as dumb as Ken is. And that's pretty fucking dumb. Oh, look, I have 0 viewers. 0 viewers and 9 likes. So if you're watching, you know that I shouldn't have 9 likes or 9 viewers. I mean, 0 viewers.
There's a lot of Christmas songs out there, and not
you guys like our Hanukkah song?
So I rewrote a song for all those little Jewish kids who don't get to hear any Hanukkah songs. Here we go. If you wear a yarmulke and you celebrate Hanukkah, what could be the funica of celebrating Hanukkah? Hanukkah is a celebration of circumcision. The Maccabean Revolution was one awful decision.
Yep, I remember that, yep, when we held hands, yep. And I was like, man, you sure do have some tiny little girly ass hands.
Here's a list of people who are Jewish that are ritual sex offenders.
And you were like, but I have a tiny micro penis, so what do you expect?
Trump lights the menorah. That's why he's so revered by the chosen diaspora. Guess who ate blood libel as her son pulled off the car? A dirty rat like Bible, no one less than Hitler's mom. Biden doesn't have to be Jewish.
Double booted?
Be a
Damn, Karen.
Zionist. Just like
You make it sound like
Hillary
there's a
Clinton,
conspiracy.
they're both on the APEC list. You don't need to look too hard to find the snake that's in the grass. Yahoo, to say the smolters, Ben Gavir can kiss my ass.
All terrorists.
Guy Williams, not a Jew. But guess who is Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Maxwell, number 2, face deaths. 85% of Congress is under Israel's control, which is why they're never honest when it's time to pay the toll. Some people think that it's a slur and we should cower to say 0.13% has all the money and the power. There are so many Jews controlling Hollywood, so it's no wonder actors say that all that
There's a what
thing's
now?
not really good. Everyone and their mama-cuz know they're who's dropping bomba-cuz. This should send alarm-a-cuz like Royals and Brit Malonica. Please don't drink gin and tonica, but smoke that marijuana-ca. You really should wanna-ca to happily obliterate Hanukkah.
Great song. Great fucking song. That one was so fun to write. I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult. But like Gee Whiz himself, it just came right out. Pat Robertson.
Pat Robertson's a charlatan, a liar, a monster. He's not even bargain bin. He's a cheap knockoff imposter. The bigotry he fosters is cleverly disguised by the ministry that offers less than compromise when demanding that you tithe. Since God won't answer prayer, the salvation someone buys doesn't just come from thin air. The Bible says it like it's fair. Take the money from the poor.
Me?
And Pat reminds me
I'm
of
a
his hair,
conspiracy guy.
hiding bald-faced lies galore. If you got the touch and some magical powers, why is it never enough to sweeten all that is sour? You're just a monster who sucks what you can't simply devour. And when we finally stand up, we'll see you bullies on power. Yeah! When Pat starts talking women and how they should know their place, his clear, honest opinions, believing God and space. He loves to have his cake and eat it since it's free. He tells you he's awake and that the Goyim are asleep. He's such a dirty creep that he supports the genocide of the Palestinians beneath the Israeli apartheid. See, Pat's the type of guy that will tell you anything, as long as you supply his pockets with cha-ching. If you got the touch.
What's up, Frank?
And some magical power.
Guys, thanks a lot. We have four viewers and 10 likes with 2,700 plus subscribers.
Sweeten all that is sour.
We're overriding it. You guys have to keep continuing.
What you can simply devour.
Imagine how frustrating they are.
Finally stand up.
Right there.
We'll see you bullies on power.
Don't you mean you rebuke it? Because that's what this dumbass said. He said, I rebuke
The
you.
700 Club's disgusting. Let's look at what they do. Begging those with nothing to buy their fake voodoo. The prayer line is food. That's how they feed the beast. You call and you boo-hoo, then you wait about a week. And surprise, surprise, they speak on the same thing that you prayed for. And since your mind's so weak, you call them back and pay more. But why does Pat have this favor to command miracles and such? When did Pat become the savior?
It's actually both,
How'd that
Sam.
asshole get
We need
the
both.
touch?
Quantity and quality.
If you got the touch and some magical powers, why is it never enough to sweeten all that is sour?
Stop making fun of stupid ass J Jesus. I'm good.
You can simply
I'm good on stopping.
And when we finally stand up,
Jesus hanging out with 12 dudes.
If anything said in this song is wrong, sue us. Actually, even better, bring me on TV and show the world how the power of God will touch me to understanding where you come from. Show everybody how I'm the one that's wrong. You're the one that's right, Pat Robertson, Gordon, Wendy, Terry, whoever you are. Any of you with the magic powers that can hear people's prayers through the TV and command touch Jesus to do something. Screw you guys with love from TBG, baby.
Jesus making fun of him. You can't even use, like, you think Jesus speaks like you? Like some ignorant fool? Jesus making fun of you. So dumb. Zombie fucking dumbass Jesus. God, the whole thing is just so embarrassingly stupid. It's so difficult. It doesn't even, it's like not even good, right? It's like it's not even a good thing where you're like, you know what, this actually, I think this is pretty good. You know? You can't show me anything good about it. It's just dumb.
So I was upset with Brian since we were supposed to be in Vax 2. But like how a wolf becomes a lion, perception can be misconstrued. So I was like,
wolf becomes a lion.
Because my feelings were hurt. It wasn't meant to be rude, but my heart's on my shirt. And unlike a jerk, he then opened my eyes to all of the work and the stress that's applied when fighting the tide, as these heroes are doing. I wasn't denied. Their hands were full screwing those who keep proving they know more than they say. And since their budget was shoestring, seizing the day was all of the pay they had to invest. The roadblocks in their way were put there by the best of all of the rest. The elected officials, the Senate, the Congress, those who could blow the whistle, but they're paid for acquittals. And to play like they're stupid, while approving more missiles slides through like it's fluid. And all of them do it. That's why they're there. They must only be ruthless. Their job isn't to care. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. Since when they pass the buck, then we're shit out of luck. If this is our only shot, then let's get to the point. They're killing us a lot. It's something they enjoy. The coronavirus is the plot, confusing all the goy. As the vaccines cause our brains to rot, they take away our choice.
Oh, yes.
Let me ask this question. What can you get for free if you stop in your local delicatessen?
I love when like, this guy is, dude, what, you're not even talking, you're like, look at your life. You don't think God is good? No. No, I'm not some arrogant, selfish prick.
right?
Or a shot.
There are,
The kind of
Mishnah Nada exists.
demonizing pot.
And if it weren't for you disgusting pedophiles, like, things would be a lot different. And we'd call it out for what it is. But
Using simple clues, most would call
it's
the
that guilt.
How dare you say those seeking truth are those who spread the lie? We've all been compromised, bruised bananas in a bunch, too programmed to realize
This one was lost.
no goddamn free lunch. And if that doesn't stomach punch, again, what can you get that you can pay for
Interesting
with a hunch
that we were able to
when
find
you
it.
get your check, you can
These last few
satisfy
are
the
that.
debt, or even better, you never have to. Yet, herd yourself to CVS and shoot that A and B flu. Don't get stuck.
I like the way it sounds like it's backwards.
Don't get
Gatekeepers
stuck.
everywhere. I mean,
Since when they passed
you know, it's interesting. I was watching a Sarah Holcomb video today, and she was talking about, you know, the Congress set this dude up. I forget his name, Roche or something like that. I don't remember. She was like, the Congress set this up to make sure that the president didn't steal our money, and you know, this guy's whole job is to. But then listen, when he's interviewed by Congress, and he says, who do you work for? And I work for the president. And
how much does the mercury
like at this
cost
point,
and all those legal drugs?
when you still believe
does all that
the history you're given,
so I'm calling the bluff.
I always wonder how that works. I wonder how,
they always claim
you know, your motivation. I wonder what,
they build their beds.
you know, what you believe, what you base this off of.
Someone called unsuccessful. Why are those who would repent those who end up most regretful?
You know, to me, it's
You'd rather have uneventful than
if they're lying about now, why were they telling us the truth? When did that stop happening?
There's no way to predict it. The change will
And usually it just comes from a lack of knowledge. Like, you just don't know it. You know, you might have heard somebody else say something or point something out, and then you look into like the surface, but at the end of the day, that's why Mishnah Nada is the most important thing. Now, your stupid Jesus is just like an obvious Jewish control scheme. It's not even a question. You can't even successfully deny it. It's just a joke. And I don't care who it was. If I told you that one family wandered around the desert for 40 years, you wouldn't believe it. Why would you believe 2 to 3 million people wandered around the desert for 40 years? Like, even if the manna story, like, let's say you go, oh, God provided manna. Do you know how much manna you would have to harvest every morning to feed 2 to 3 million people and all your livestock and shit? It's just so stupid. It really is stupid. And it could be even more than 3 million people. I mean, we know how they like to have a shit ton of kids and then sell them to each other. This was another one that was lost.
Stop being taught and educate yourself.
This one was written a lot longer ago than...
Anti-Jew. Semitic refers to all of those who stand to be screwed by Israel's hand. Land that is viewed as part of a plan, sent by a band always on the run. But when you overstand, you see more than one. Our vision begun in our image, not his. So let's have some fun and ask who our is.
Of course it is. It doesn't even get to come first ever in its own book. Right. It's why the Old Testament is in the front. So you read their narrative first. But it's just so stupid that, like, so many people believe it and give so much of their, like, base
their entire existence, their entire who they are as a person. It's like, I'm a Christian first, and you don't even know it. You don't know anything about it. And basically,
fuck all of that chosen bullshit. They fuck you every time.
like the surface shit. You never put in the effort to understand it. And then when the rest of the truth comes out, you'll be dumb enough to deny it.
The layers in the onion cry when sold a story, supported by no one in a position of authority, just like the holy glory. The facts are what disprove their boring lives of poor me and
You know how many times I've actually read biblical shit on this feed? Shouldn't the Bible be something that you read and you go, oh, this is just beautiful. This makes all the sense. I totally like. Instead, it's the total opposite. More than likely, it's a lot worse than you imagine or than you remember. Like the narrative-wise, but even the way it's written is so childish and just stupid. And it's the same stupidity if you're a Muslim. I guess Muslims, they have a little bit better leg to stand on, only because supposedly every version of the Quran that's ever been found is the exact same. It hasn't been changed by whatever king decided to change it, especially King James. But it's still just dumb shit.
Fuck all of that chosen bullshit. They fuck you every time.
Like I was reading the other day the part where God is talking to Moses and telling him, God tells Moses, hey, you need to build this temple. Well, you need to tell the people that they need to start giving me gifts, but through you. You'll accept the gifts for me. And I want gold, silver, and copper. Yeah. And then build this thing to this, and the specifications and the details given on how to build this tabernacle. And then, but nobody ever thought to say, like, hey, kids are off limits. What's interesting is I put first episode pilot into YouTube and just to see what would come up.
Craziness will stop you. Fuck you from the top view and fuck you from behind. Fuck
and it's
that chosen bullshit. They fuck you every time.
Like you have a version of certain shows that you'll remember. Like really, all of the shows from back in the day are so much worse than you remember. So much worse.
I'm anti-Christian.
But I watched the first episode the pilot episode of Different Strokes, and it's just like so offensive and such a ridiculous premise and insulting, and just like how did anybody see that and be like, oh, that looks like a show we need to make? I mean, even Gary Coleman. I think Gary Coleman got his start on Good Times. And you look at the old, it's like, as they weren't making the shows to appeal to black people. So Gary Coleman's character was to appeal to the Jewish people who make the decisions. At one time, we tried the Quran. The Quran's dumb. You guys are free to talk about whatever you want. It doesn't bother me. It should though. If you're you know, if this is what represents you, right? This is what you say is you. And, you know, the Quran, when you look at who Muhammad's favorite wife was, she was 6 years old when they were married, 9 years old when they consummated the marriage, and he was in his 50s. Like what the fuck are you, what? I don't hear Muslim, just mind-blowing about marrying a 6-year-old and a lot of things. It doesn't mean a lot of things wrong with Christianity. Well, I mean, all three are considered Abrahamic religions. They all have the same characters. They all have the same narrative. It's just embarrassingly stupid. And you know, the fact that these things can, again, be so detailed in so many different ridiculous ways, but at no point were there like specific instructions like stay away from children. Anybody that fucks with a child needs to be killed. Like, no adults are allowed to fuck with children. That doesn't exist in any of it. I have over 100 cousins. And how would you feel if any of them at 6 years old were married to a 50-year-old? Maybe back in the day it was tolerated, but not. No, it is. It's still very much tolerated.
Then lessons read as death beliefs. The rest suppresses question.
And it's just dumb control scheme bullshit. Why would a God want you to stop what you were doing 5 times a day to pray to it?
I swear my lies are true, and if you shift your focus.
I mean, just, you know how stupid that is? You know how human that is?
A treatless trick like Halloween's, a pagan trip with the scene, like a scene of endless joy.
You have literally no proof that your shit exists. I always ask Muslims, tell me something that's true. Give me some evidence as to why you've decided that your thing is real. Islam is different than the Sikh and Palestine. Don't you think that's weird? Why would it be different if it's the script from God? No, it's not. The age of consent is not higher than 18. Muslims is a broad word we're using. Well, I don't like to get distracted by the Muslim conversation. Islam is fucking stupid. You know, you have to be stupid to fall for it. You have to be stupid to believe that there's a God out there that's watching the Jews commit genocide against a large portion of Muslims. Like, it's not all Muslims. There's a lot of Christians getting killed too. And your God does nothing about it. Like, it's just dumb. It's dumb. The age of consent is not higher than 18. That's ridiculous. I have a hard time believing it's 18 in a lot of places. 16 is the standard in the United States. But all of those Abrahamic religions are all about, you know, the girl turns 12, she becomes, you know, on the market, and by 13 she's popping out kids as soon as she's physically able to. Have a great day. Have a great day. You're not like Muslims from Malaysia. Yeah, again, don't you think it's weird? Don't you think it's weird that you guys all supposedly read the same script yet hate each other? You know who doesn't do that? The Jews. The Jews might not practice the same way as their brethren, but they don't hate them. There's no war between them. Yeah, there's a lot of countries under Jewish control, for sure. Muslim, Christian, whatever. These are control schemes. They're not true. Like, I ask you, why do you believe it? What have you seen, heard, experienced? What proof do you have that Islam's true? Judaism is more united as a religion for sure. They don't have the same laws, you know? I know how different countries work. Doesn't seem like you want to answer the questions. Seems like you're trying to answer shit in that goofy way where, you know, you're answering parts.
This time, we're gonna do a song that's not so important, but sure is a lot of fun. We just like
Well, Islam practice differently depending on the country and continent. Gotcha. Okay, we understand. I think, again, you're not understanding the question or purposefully trying not to answer the question. I really don't care. And that's why you really don't care. That's why you're here crying. And it's definitely not your first time. And you don't care about the holes in the story. You just believe it. Sounds like you're super smart. It sounds like you just like knowledge. That makes so much sense, yeah. You don't think to try to answer for the holes in the stories. Because I can read your comments. Yeah, the thing is, it goes both ways, though. Right? For it to be any sort of discussion or debate, you would have to be able to answer for some things, and you don't seem to want to answer for anything. So it gets really boring. Very typical.
I just don't belong.
Very, very typical.
I've been there before. Everything's all right. I'll just say goodnight.
People love to say a bunch of nonsense and then be like, but I don't care. Like that. It always reminds me of the Dazed and Confused scene. Where she's like, just tell me what you said. It's cool. I'm not going to get mad. And she's, okay, she called you a bitch and you a slut. She called me a slut? That bitch. Oh, I'm going to kick her ass. I thought you weren't going to get mad. I'm not mad. Your opinion matters only. Here we go. Same old crybaby. I did answer you. I don't care about religion. That's what I mean. You don't care about religion. Seems weird then you would bring it up. Your specific cult. Religion is what controls people. Religion is why there's a genocide happening right now. Religion is why children are being violated every single fucking day. 2 viewers, 10 likes, 2,700 subscribers. Funny how it works. It seems like you have nothing to say to me and twist the conversation. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Now it's my fault you can't answer questions. Interesting how that works. Like, seriously, it's so funny to engage with people from different aspects of the Abrahamic cults and to see that, like, fundamentally, they all say the same shit. They all cry the exact same way. What proof do you have that your thing is real? Why do you believe your thing is real? Everything else is wrong. Your thing's real.
2016 cleaned my clock. My season stock say crock to McDonald's. I'm Jerry O'Connell and next year's Rebecca. Almost to Mecca, I respect the...
I don't have a proof, so you just arrogantly believe it then, is what you're saying. You don't have any reason to believe it, no proof. You just heard a story that somebody told you and you liked that version of it. Because Islam isn't just Islam. There's a bunch of different Islam, so you've decided your denomination is right and everyone else is wrong based on nothing. You were born into the family. I mean, again, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. You're saying that you're just a dumb sheep.
My barn, my roost. 17 fruits, shoots start here.
You demand proof from everyone else for everything else, but when it comes to your shit, well, you don't want to make mommy and daddy mad.
My check's in the mail. Happy New Year.
At least you're big enough to admit it. Most Christians just hide from that fact. That the reason why you believe what you believe is because you were born into the family that believes it. And more than likely, you don't want to upset your family members. You probably don't even really believe it. The older you are, or the younger you are, the further you are along in the historical line, the less likely you are to actually believe that shit. But you continue to support the belief structure based on family. Never demanded a thing. Okay. Told me to not ask people for anything and work for my own money. What does that have to do with anything? Again, you're just sort of proving the arrogance. You're only capable of thinking about things that have to do with you and your perspective. It's amazing. It's real, like, scary level stupidity.
I saw a rainbow door, and now it's painted orange. No colors anymore. That motherfucker's orange.
I don't believe in your 6 years old bullshit, nor any member of my family. You don't believe it's my bullshit? What are you talking about?
We barely cut the mustard. Paid with fake coupons, they then tell the goy to trust words. Delivered like a custard pie thrown in our face. Like
I'm confused here.
It's a dishonest mistake. Like how rockets work in space. It don't make no sense. But if big money goes away, then we're just left with pence. And what a great defense. It's me, it's that guy.
Wives of Muhammad.
Smoke is built that high.
Aisha. Aisha. Aisha bint Abi Bakr was the third and youngest wife of Islamic prophet Muhammad. After Muhammad's death, she was politically active, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. There's a lot of stuff. Aisha's reported age at marriage has become subject of modern debate and criticism. Most early Islamic sources state that she was 9 years old when the marriage was consummated. Right? When the sex took place. This has led to criticism of Muhammad based on contemporary views and the laws of age of consent. In Islamic literature, the young age of her marriage did not draw any significant discourse. Nonetheless, scholars Denise Spellberg find the very mention of her age to be atypical of early Muslim biographers and hypothesize a connotation to her virginity and that, more than that, religious purity. Aisha was born in Mecca. She was the daughter of two people. No sources offer much more information about Aisha's childhood years. In most Muslim traditions, blah blah is described as Muhammad's most beloved and favored wife. Sunni tradition places Aisha as second only to Khadija. There are several hadiths or stories or sayings of Muhammad that support this belief. One relates that when a companion asked Muhammad, "Who is the person you love most in the world?" he responded with Aisha. Others relate that Muhammad built Aisha's apartment so that her door opened directly to the mosque, and then she was the only woman with whom Muhammad received revelations. They bathed in the same water, and he prayed while she lay stretched out in front of him. That's gross. Various traditions reveal the mutual affection between Muhammad and Aisha. He would often just sit and watch her and her friends play with dolls, and on occasion he would even join them. That is so fucking gross. That's so fucking gross. Leela Ahmed argues Aisha must have felt reasonably equal to and unawed by this prophet of God, for his announcement of the revelation permitting him to enter into marriages disallowed other men drew from her the retort, "It seems to me your Lord hastens to satisfy your desires." That's what the 6-year-old said. Furthermore, Muhammad and Aisha had strong intellectual relationships. I bet. You know, I know at almost 50, I really do relate to fucking 6-year-olds all the time, 9-year-olds all the time. We have the same fucking interest and all that. Yeah, that totally makes sense. And I'm not even a fucking prophet. This is actually this guy. This is Hammy's song.
Television screen were programmed. It's all good as long as it's your hood. You're allowed to act a fool. It's almost like you should, when at war, not keep your cool. But if you jump into a pool just because you're told to do it, you can't complain from crybaby school when you're wet and feeling stupid.
Good stuff there.
It's us versus us, not us versus them. Once we've had enough, their supremacy ends. I said it's us versus us, not us versus them. The struggle's so rough that I'll say it again. I said it's us versus us, not us versus them. When the Goyim erupt, the quarantine ends. So since we've all been trained to have the simple minds of soldiers, it's time we commandeer the plane before we crash and smolder. We're only getting older. Our wisdom teeth are pulled, but we're the rocks that move the boulder. Since the avalanche of full resistance is the bull in its secret china shop. This sickness is the call until the Goyim scream, it's time to stop. The chosen will remain on top. Their pyramid's a scheme. And our revolution includes the cops. We're on the same Goy team. I said it's us versus us, not us versus them.
Oh, well, that makes it okay. That makes it okay that other people were doing it.
Us versus them. When the Goyim erupt, the quarantine ends. Hashtag Trump virus. You know, because it comes from Trump. TBG. ILY. Well, TBG.
Alright. Man, kids had no rights in society back then. Oh, but you know, they definitely do in Muslim culture today. They definitely treat their women and kids really, really well. I mean, it's all stupid shit. The fact that you could say, I believe in something without having any reason to believe it really does. It's scary. Oh. Following the death of his first wife, his aunt suggested that he marry Aisha's father. Muhammad reportedly stated that he saw Aisha twice in his dreams, being carried in a silk cloth by an angel who told him she would be his wife. That is some goofy, gross, groomer pedophile shit, right?
But my heart's no good.
Aisha's father, Abu Bakr, was at first unsure about marrying his daughter to Muhammad. He thought they were brothers. Muhammad clarified that they were merely brothers in religion, and it was legal for him to marry Aisha. Aisha's engagement to Jubayr, blah blah, a boy close to her age, was then annulled. She was already supposed to be married off.
The more I give to you,
Muhammad the homewrecker, Orientalist, suggests W. Montgomery Watt suggests that Muhammad hoped to strengthen his ties with Baba. The strengthening of ties commonly serves as a basis for marriage in Arabian culture. Let's see. Classical Islamic sources state that Aisha was 6 years of age at the time of her marriage with Muhammad, then 50, and 9 at the time of the consummation. You know, at 6 and at 9, other than being a little bit taller, she doesn't look much different. At 9, she hasn't even begun puberty yet. In a hadith recorded in Sahih al-Bukhari, Aisha recalls being married at the age of 6. She remembers. Ibn Sa'd's biography holds her age at the time of marriage between 6 and 7 and gives her age at consummation to be 9, while Ibn Hisham's biography of Muhammad suggests she may have been 10 years old. Oh, okay, well that would make it better, right? Al-Tabari notes that Aisha, to have stayed with her parents after marriage and consummated the relationship at 9 years old, since she was young and sexually immature at the time of marriage. Yeah, but she was young and sexually immature at the time of consummation.
it's not as much fun.
Oh, let's see. One of few to comment on Aisha's age was Spanish Catholic Juan Andres, who in the 16th century wrote, "You must know that Muhammad contracted marriage with this said Aqsa, who was Abu Bakr's daughter, when she was 6 years old, and consummated the said marriage with her when she was but 8 years old, which thing I prove by the said book Azar, upon which I would ask thee, O more, and would have thee resolve me, whether it was fit for Muhammad to consummate marriage with a little girl of 8 years old, which is almost a homicide and a sin against nature, especially in such a man as Muhammad, and who at the time had 7 wives together. Speak, O more, in God's name. Was it not a great vice? And was he not a man luxurious beyond measure? In Islamic literature, the young age of her marriage did not draw any significant discourse. Nonetheless, Spellberg and Ali find the very mention of her age to be atypical of early Muslim biographers, and hypothesize a connotation to her virginity and, more than that, religious purity. Right? Because women are only pure if they're virgins.
Your world is your small town. Your prom gown's your future wedding dress.
Bro, it's the 6th century. Yeah, so? It's 2026, and I don't hear anybody calling it disgusting from your cult. They're chopping body parts off over here. That's terrible.
Hedging your bets, you step to the
Early Orientalist writers, even in their condescending approach towards Muhammad and Islam, were primarily concerned with Muhammad's embrace of polygamy and the ethics of marrying for political causes. The few who discussed Aisha's age chose to explain the age gap without any condemnation by citing the contemporary understanding of the Orient as a hot place that promulgated sexually deviant practices. Beginning in the late 19th century, with the East and its alleged immoralities subject to increasing opprobrium, the colonizing powers sought to abolish child marriage. As such efforts ran into conflicts with local forms of Sharia, Aisha's age at marriage, and the involved prophetic precedent became the predominant explanation in explaining the backwardness of Muslim societies and their reticence to reforms. In response, some Muslims chose to align themselves with the projects of modernization and recalculated her age using deft stratagems of omission and commission to fix it at early adolescence, but conservatives rejected such revisionist writings since they flew in the face of the hadith. In the 20th century, the growing concerns, I don't give a fuck. When Muhammad and his followers carried out a raid, he brought along Aisha, who was 13 years old at the time. She was carried in a closed litter on the back of a camel. Aisha recounted that when the raiding party was resting at night on the way home to Medina from the successful operation, she went out to urinate. After doing so and returned to her litter, she realized that her necklace was missing, so she traced her way back to look for it. By the time she found it, the convoy had already left. Thinking she was in the litter, assuming they would notice her absence and return to look for her, Aisha decided to stay where she was. God, this is dumb. Your Muslim neighbors at Dearborn practice what you're saying. Yeah, I'm sure some of them do. I don't know any of them that condemn it. And, it's not just that. It's not just that. There's a lot of really dumb shit involved. Believing in some magical sky daddy is dumb. It's a way to be controlled. There are a lot of people in Dearborn, a lot of women especially, who don't have equal rights, and that's not okay. But it's dumb. It's dumb control scheme nonsense. And unless there's proof, we shouldn't be continuing to fall for it. Like, if you can prove that it's the way to do it, then we should do it. Ask them about their daughter and age of marriage. Confront them then. Yeah, I'm gonna go confront the people down in Dearborn. That makes so much sense. What a fucking dumbass. You know what you find when you have conversations with religious people? They do stupid things and say stupid things, especially when they start getting defeated. So no, I'm not going to put myself in a position to have violence and retaliation against me for them feeling stupid. If you're not willing to condemn Muhammad doing it, and what else are you fucking keeping your mouth shut about? I mean, it's fake. I don't want anybody believing in fake, dumb nonsense, especially that keeps us back. Like if you look at areas before Muslims took over, the women were going to school, the women were educated, progress was happening. And then this dirty fucking dumb shit took over.
We could live in a shack with everything gone, and everything wrong just wouldn't matter. When you come along, your songs all of the cancer life constantly offers. The patterns you shatter, open the coffer, holding the poffer you wear full of
The fact that, again, you don't have anything to base this off of. Sorry, I mean, it's not my job to disprove something that's fake. Mm-hmm. There are literally hundreds of thousands around you. Again, I'm not really sure what you're talking about. Because you live around a lot of Muslims, you can't bring one case of child marriage. I'm not real concerned with child marriage. It's the rape of children that's the problem. And then the cover-up of it. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. They can't legally marry in the United States. I'm not going to be able to provide you with something on the books about this case, blah, blah, blah. But just like when it comes to the Jews and metzitzia and Mishnah Nadah 5:4, which is my main focus. You're the one that wants to talk about Islam. Where are the Muslims out crusading against these things? You can't. You can't crusade against it because then you destroy the whole thing. It's like why the Jews can't do it. If they were to crusade, like the doctor said, he has an existential need for denial. Meaning if you acknowledge what the problem is, you acknowledge that the problem is the belief structure itself.
You see who has the mind that you never had, so you won't even battle what you're too slow to see. Chicken like cattle, we bring them no meat.
This is dumb control scheme shit. The especially like the Wahhabi Islam or the Wahhabi Muslims, their bigotry towards gays, the way they treat women, it's just awful. And you're supposed to feel like Saudi Arabia is really progressing because they let women drive now, as long as it's daytime and there's a man in the car. People have jobs and lives. Muslims work. Oh. Okay. What does that have to do with anything? Lots of really evil, disgusting people work. Most of the people involved in the ruse aren't even, guilty or part of it. But because of their association, they are. I mean, what's more, one of the most disgusting things about Islam that I've seen is the Palestine situation. Where are all these wonderful Muslims standing up? Why are all the Muslim countries absent in protecting their Muslim brothers? And it's because, of course, it's all just bullshit. They all signed into the Abraham Accords, and it's they're not allowed to. I mean, again, I think the people would do it, but the governments are forbidden. They signed the Abraham Accords.
Oops, I did it again. My driving artistic license hides what I really meant to say, and beauty is so priceless. It's kind of like
if anybody can tell me what the benefit is, why is having Jewish control scheme bullshit controlling large groups of people. What's the benefit to that?
They sell the Goyim and drinks and pills, and hell no, we'll no longer play their game. Our shoes are all Velcro, not tied to some campaign where unless you're them, you're stained, since they have the whitest collars. And you better not complain or else they'll take away your dollars. But you're allowed to holler about how silly Christians are, and Islam is just fodder for country songs with a guitar, since we're told that
Islam is just stupid. It's just dumb, stupid nonsense. And it's a distraction aspect. The real issue, the number one thing, is Mishnah Nadah 5:4. But by, refusing to acknowledge you can't sit there and condemn one thing when it's all the same bullshit. When you have things, you're a part of a cult that says women aren't allowed to do anything. Like that's a big problem, right? You can have all sorts of different aspects of it, but when your thing discriminates and says women are supposed to be treated, women are less than. Virginity is prized, and like you hear, I guess that there's a lot of, in the Muslim community, there's actually a lot of butt sex that goes on, because that way the girls can stay virgins, so they end up taking it in the butt. That's some interesting shit. It's just dumb. Again, unlike friarism, unlike the Demish stuff, they don't have on their books to rape 3-year-old children and call them your wife. So that's why I usually don't really talk about them too much. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's okay. It's just not as important to me. It's a dumb bunch of shit that needs to be eliminated, like most of it. But my focus is on them. I think we should be focused on Mishnah Nadah 5:4 first and foremost. And once we can deal with this one thing, then we can go to the next thing. It's difficult to deal with all of it at one time.
If I gave you a ham sandwich and just 13% was ham, while the rest of what you've been handed was some shit straight from the can, would you conform and be a man and hit it with a smile? Or would you finally understand that 87%'s a mile from the ham-trolescent style you were
And you have people that say, I believe something because my parents believed it. Never mind whether it makes sense or I have any proof or anything like that. I just believe it because that's what my parents said to believe. Like, that's some dangerous shit. And there's all kinds of stories like, what's it called? What's the thing called when a child disobeys, so they have to get stoned or fuck, I forget what it's called. But like I say, Islam is such a low priority on my list that I don't, I don't know enough about it. Just like Christianity, just like Judaism, just like any of those things, the more you look into it, the more shit you're gonna find. But I'm focused. You know? I don't need to be focused on a whole bunch of other things. I'm focused on eliminating these fucking pedophiles. These pedophiles that think that 3-year-old little girls are viable options. If we go to Sefaria.org, Sefaria.org just is an open source online free content digital library of Jewish scripture, theological, philosophical, legal, mystical, historical, and ethical text. Okay, so this is like their specific encyclopedia. So then you go to Mishnah Nida.
Thank you, Brian.
And Mishnah Nida has 10 parts.
Andrew, Senator
This is the
Kennedy,
Talmud.
and most importantly, thank
If
you
you go down to
everyone who
5:4,
shared their
this is
story.
what it says in Hebrew.
Are the heroes in all of this.
Yeah. A girl who is 3 years and 1 day old, whose father arranged her betrothal, is betrothed through intercourse, as the halalchic status of the intercourse with her is that of intercourse in all halalchic senses, meaning ownership takes place. And in the case where the childless husband of a girl 3 years and 1 day old dies, she's childless because she's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and he's 40, 50, 60 years old and he dies. If his brother, the Yavam, engages in intercourse with her, he acquires her as his wife. And if she is married, a man other than her wife is liable for engaging in intercourse with her due to violation of the prohibition against intercourse with a married woman. Not a child, married woman. If the girl is less than that age, younger than 3 years and 1 day, the status of the intercourse with her is not that of intercourse in all halalchic senses. No ownership takes place. Rather, it's like placing a finger into the eye. Just as in that case, the eye constricts, sheds tears, and then returns to its original state, so too in a girl younger than 3 years and 1 day old, the hymen returns to its original state. Well, what else do you need to focus on? Muslims aren't shit. Muslims are just a large distraction. But if you look at the narrative we have, Muslims aren't pulling any strings. All Muslims do is keep stupid people busy. All Islam does is keep stupid people busy. Busy looking, thinking, Sky Daddy has a purpose for them, and, they gotta pray, and all that other dumb shit. Islam isn't signing legislation. Islam isn't, pushing us into war. Islam doesn't control Hollywood. It's just a convenient, whenever they need something, they need something to distract us. They go, oh, look, that guy said Allah Akbar. And we're like, what? What did he say? There's a reason why I don't. There are so many different distractions for you to focus on. And Islam is one that they love for us to focus on. It's and like I say, so many people think like the genocide is the thing they're trying to distract us from. They don't want us talking about the genocide. Of course they do. It's on every channel. The truthers have all, switched to talking about it in the last couple of years. Even 5 years ago, I was a fucking an island out here. There were a few other islands, but usually they were religious in some way. They were Muslims or they were Christians, and they were the Jews hate Jesus and kind of stupid shit, right? But nowadays, shit's happening. We're so connected. We're seeing things. The story that they've hidden it, but the story still exists. The 71 girls and their chaperones that were seen coming out of the tunnels in northern Maine. New York, I don't remember. I think it was Maine. That story disappeared, but we're noticing it. The Naomi Elkins story is a fucking bomb. Is a truth bomb that will, just destroy the narrative if we can ever get that platform to bring it up. Naomi Elkins, at the very least, is supposed to be in a fucking mental institution, and she's not. She's out doing deals. She's out doing real estate deals and shit. At least she was. I think they caught on and were like, hey, we should stop this. And the thing is, when it comes to especially the themish controls, the themish conspiracy. Guys, I have 4 viewers and 15 likes. Make that make sense. Show me somebody else that has anything even close. 2,700 subscribers, 4 viewers, and 15 fucking likes. Come on. This is just, they're like, it's like they're laughing at us. They're doing it so anybody that does see it and feels frustrated by it, they're just laughing. We will shut you down from the inside out if that's what we need to do.
When your life is going to hell, you give all your pay while you cut the gray. Why don't you hear the bell? Blame Jesus. Blame Jesus. If I promised I could save you, but use no fairy tales, you call it a gay move since you believe females shouldn't read emails or books or.
It's just, it's.
And if I sold you that retail, you'd buy every hateful verse, since their voodoo only works if the fool accepts.
Like think about what you have to be a Christian. Think of how many stories of the highest levels of clergy and church, all the way down. There's so many clergy stories of them raping children. All of the pedophile shit you have to ignore to maintain your belief. Like, that has to weigh on you. That has to weigh on you. Knowing that you are okay with pedophilia as long as it doesn't affect you and you still get to go to heaven. Like, that's fucking crazy. The only sin that's unforgivable is blasphemy. The only sin that's not forgivable is if you ask too many questions. Don't ask questions, just believe. I mean, if I was making a story about this shit, and I had the same narrative, but it was just different character names, you'd say, oh, that's just too stupid. Nobody's gonna believe that. Nobody's gonna believe that you can rule an entire group of people. You can manipulate an entire group of people without any evidence whatsoever. We beat the 4x2s kind of act on the ground, on the streets. We got ourselves an infiltration. We're a tiny It's everywhere. The sickness is everywhere. And until we see it for what it is, it's, you know, our resistance is manufactured. As long as we're, you know, we follow the idea that, okay, you can resist, just don't resist this. Just ignore this and this. As long as you ignore this, then, oh man, yeah, good job resisting. Like that. It's just fucked up, man. It's so fucked up. I try to get people that are religious to explain it and help me understand. I'd love to be able to put my head in the sand and everything's fine. God's going to take care of everything. Allah's going to take care of everything. Whatever you want. You know, I'd love to be able to do that. They stay in their plush palace here, whipping up that Islam. Yeah. Anytime shit, you know, like I say, the Mandami thing talking about he doesn't have the power to arrest Netanyahu, but Trump does, and Trump needs to enforce this, and Netanyahu's a war criminal, and all this other shit. The next day, a manufactured story appears where you have a stabbing, and some Jewish person gets stabbed by some Muslim screaming Allahu Akbar. Like it's just so fucking cheesy. The Temple Israel attack that nobody's talking about anymore because that shit just disappeared. It wasn't holding up. You had people like me who happened to have that video of Sheriff Mike Bouchard saying he saw a video. Well, where the fuck is the video we get to see? I mean, it just completely disappeared. And when you look at what actually happened that day, well, the biggest response I've ever seen to anything took place here in Michigan. You know, all the news stations, even Karen's news stations in Scotland were talking about this story where nobody was even killed, except for the guy who supposedly sat in his car for 2 hours out in the Jewish parking lot, and nobody approached him or anything. In his car and $2,000 worth of fireworks and, you know, the bullshit. That happened, say, at like 12 o'clock. Well, at 1 o'clock our time, Israel drops all charges against the soldiers who were caught on tape, on fucking camera, raping a Palestinian man. 6 of them, who, you know, the ones that originally got arrested, but then the people swarmed the police station and, you know, demanded they get released, so they got released, and then they were treated like heroes. They went around Israel on speaking tours, doing the talk show circuit and shit, treated like heroes to the point where one of them, because they were doing it in masks, one of them got so emboldened that he actually took his mask off and was treated even more like a hero. Well, while we were all distracted by the Temple Israel thing, Israel dropped all charges against those guys. And you know, because the news covered it, you know, because there was a story about it, they can't say, well, it was a cover-up. We talked about it.
Hey, there's a song about you. Hooray, but you're still a clown shoe. Yay, there's a song about you. Hooray, but you're still a clown shoe. Yay, there's a song about you. Hooray, but you're still a clown shoe. Yay, now there's a song about you. Hey, too bad you're still a clown shoe. Haters gon' hate.
Blind faith. The funniest thing about your average Christian or Muslim is they believe in easily like the most ridiculous story. You know, whether it's the Christianity, the biblical narrative, or the Quran narrative, these are ridiculous fucking stories. And they don't require any proof for that. Like Dumbass said, you know, oh, my family just said it, so I believe it. Right? But when it comes to literally anything else, they're like, what's your proof? What's your proof? What's your proof God doesn't exist? Dumbest things they say. How do you prove something doesn't exist? It's just stupid. I mean, it's just, you know, when it comes to religion and all of the tax-free, you know, isn't it weird how Islam is tax-free as well? It's supposedly the bad guy thing, but it gets the same sort of status. I mean, it's just strange. You know, and you would think something that is tax-free, that is given so much power, that can, you know, that laws are passed because of their bullshit, or not passed, or whatever. You would think that thing would have lots of evidence to support it.
I almost fell for Kanye and the great Semitism deception, but he's just a clever con, and they are teaching us a lesson. Since at our first impression, he looks like the bad guy. Based on their definition, truth is just so pad thai, some people now have sad eyes, crying foul and whining. But if they're so freaking mad, why aren't they just defining exactly what they're finding so goddamn offensive? The lines they're relentlessly mining seem desperately repetitive, which is why they hand out sedatives. They are
I mean, so much of it is common sense based.
You can't fall for what they're planning, since the timing is
if you're like,
conspiracy fire.
you're not motivated by common sense, then what are you motivated by? Right? I mean, it's that simple. And in the Bible and shit, in the Bible, you're either one of the chosen people or you're a slave. There's no in between. So, are you one of the chosen? I would assume you're not.
Look over here. No, look over there. The American boy is still going to be fair. So the boy going where he is looking to go is a boy to be paired because no one knows. Ari Sharif's a racist, but it's considered comedy. And YouTube handsomely pays this chosen putz to tell you honestly how Kanye's just, since obviously we are only goy. Their timing is so pompously putting they before the oi, since Ari's special was deployed to bring on the cavalcade of using actors as decoys so they can educate us slaves, which now brings us all to Dave, the best banana in the bunch. He's brilliant in the way he likes the stool made for the dunce, since he straight up told us more than once there are rules that everyone knows, and though his jokes all packed a punch, someone still approved the show, because Dave just doesn't go on TV because it's fun. He's been scheduled to tell the TV line for several months, and it's no coincidence Dave's lunch is served when we're so hungry. You'll more than likely watch your tongue when keeping silent keeps you comfy, but if Kanye
5 likes, or 5 viewers, 16 likes.
the two-part truth that we're all lusting for is hidden in their answers. Look over here, no, look over there. Look at the folks, they look prepared. Shift and beware. These crooks are unfair. They have us up to believe. Look over here, no, look over there. The American boy is still a boy to be fair. So the boy going where he employs us to go is a ploy to be paired with us, knowing our role. Kanye only buried black people when he was naming names. No, Jews were actually out as evil. They were simply given fame. Since Kanye Kanye's only claim.
Thank you, Snuggie. Where you been, buddy?
It's amazing such a tiny flame can burn a Holocaust. Why so large? But the captains of that barge call Israel their home plate. They own both teams, the parks, and all the marks who spark the hate. See, if they control the whole debate, then the winner doesn't matter. Just like in the Kanye case, and then how David's playing the patterns. You know, with his clever, witty banner, so there's just no room to question.
Weird sleep schedule. Me too, man. So it makes you wonder, because everybody I know is saying the same thing. Or at least everybody in my world. I'm sure there are other people sleeping just fine, but like I've been sleeping very few hours per night lately. And that's like having 3 watchers and 17 likes. Shit don't make no sense.
Look over here. No, look over there. Look at the books.
I had a headphone night last night. I listened to Radiohead's OK Computer. Then I listened to Kid A. Then I listened to A Perfect Circle. The first one. I don't remember what it's called. And maybe we're the brand new ancients. No, I need sleep. What's happening is I'm not sleeping at night, so then at some point throughout the day, I end up so tired that I just shut down, take a nap, and then that makes sleeping at night difficult. And you know, like, people, the people used to sleep till like 3, 4 in the morning, and then they'd wake up and they'd do something for like an hour, and then they'd go back to sleep. The whole witching hour thing. Who knows, man? Who fucking knows? That's what I mean with all of this. At the end of the day, we don't know if any of it's true.
Let's talk about Apollonia and everyone's favorite movie. The film that we all know has the scene.
Why am I the only person I've ever heard talk about how The Godfather should be canceled? Because there's a scene where a 30-year-old man plays a 26-year-old man who has just married a 18 at most year old character. What the fuck? Why? That scene shouldn't even be there. It doesn't bring anything to the movie. The movie is amazing outside of that whole goes to Italy part. Like the whole Italy part is, there's parts that are okay, but about the pursuit and grooming of a child, and then the sex scenes. Like, it's so fucked up.
My stomach only churned when that scene plagued my TV. Since The Godfather has earned the right to now be called CP. Cancel The Godfather, and not for violence with stereotypes. Cancel The Godfather because adults with kids just isn't right. Cancel The Godfather.
I mean, it's such a fucked up scene, especially when you look into it. And you understand that her name is Simonetta. Simonetta, her mom was with her the whole time and was kind of leery about shit. And at one point, they sort of separated the mother from the girl. And while they had the mother distracted, they pulled her off to the side. And we're like, all right, let's film this scene. And that's actually the first take, the only take. Because that she didn't even know, really, she didn't know about the scene. It wasn't a part of the movie, it wasn't part of the script. And if you watch, like, you can see the fear in her eyes. And then in Al Pacino, in Michael Corleone, you can see the fucking fire in his eyes. Like, he is not acting. And so she, like, shyly takes off her shirt, and he sort of attacks her, and then it fades to black. Makes you wonder what was cut out, what was still on the floor. How far did they let that go?
It's all an MK Ultra
ultra, and it really is their fault we're worshiping their altar
2 by 4
and their
hours.
idols as
4 by
our
2s.
while they
I like the
rape
4 by
our
2s better.
sons and daughters, we invite them in our homes.
4 by
Yet
2s
wonder
rhyme.
why you feel alone when so many people
That's
love
why
you.
it is, right? The
They throw
Cockney
the sticks
rhyme
and stones
bullshit.
and the crap that we've been drugged through to keep us doing drugs to ensure that we comply. While the actors that you trust are who couldn't care less if you die. Cancel the Godfather, and not for violence or stereotypes.
You know,
Cancel the
the
Godfather.
entire Hollywood community. Remember when they tried to make it sound like Ashton Kutcher was doing something? Ashton Kutcher is married to the girl he taught how to kiss when she was 15. She was either 14 or 15. She lied about her age and said she was 16. But he was 23 during that time, the first season. And he taught her how to kiss. And then he became Debbie Moore's bitch for a minute. And if you look at the Debbie Moore situation, there's that video that exists just after she gets famous, where she is like trying to seduce a 13 or 14-year-old. I can't remember how old he is, but it's the weirdest. She's all fucked up. And she's all over this kid who is, it's not even like he's this like super attractive kid who has all this game or anything. He's as dorky friar as you've ever seen. And apparently he was an actor, but he's not in very much.
It's almost like they're disgustingly proud of the fact they're raping lots of kids while they give us that.
I mean, Ashton, you would see Demi walking all, I'm Demi Moore. And Ashton would be walking behind her with her kids that he's only a few years older than. And then something happens and their relationship falls apart. And out of the blue, Bruce Willis gets the fucking brain thing. Like, it's all just crazy. And Ashton Kutcher goes back to Mila Kunis, and now they're married. And it's just so fucking weird.
We should cancel The Godfather because it's gross. We should cancel The Godfather while we boast that we are done being dumb. It's time the chosen choose. Cancel The Godfather.
4 by 2 is better. It is. But where's the Hollywood outcry? Oh, and then Ashton Kutcher, right after Trump is elected, Ashton is in this clearly fake hearing where he's testifying that I belong to this organization and we're going to do all this, blah, blah, blah. And literally the woman behind him is laughing. And of course, nothing came of it. He married the fucking girl he groomed. He taught her how to kiss. He was 23. He had been a model. This dude had probably already had like 6 different types of herpes. And they all have herpes and shit. They all do. There's no way you have as much sex as they have and you don't get anything. Unless, of course, you have some sort of super protective shot that we don't know about.
Your responsibility, kitty. You're supposed to take care of yourself. It's your goddamn vagina. Take responsibility. All of the baby daddy dramas because you killed the chivalry with your slimy inability to own your own corruption. No one makes the
Haven't seen that? You have to look at. Wait, which thing? I don't know how far behind me you are. Seems like you're pretty far.
Because our vocal gets replaced by dicks since you menace our lazy gifts. No matter how kick-ass we are, there's a reason that some girls stay hit. Your big daddy issues tar and feather daddy star that might light up your darkness. You act as if you're smart while you still say
Irregardless.
You think just because the part fits, it must be worth the drive. But how can someone be so heartless and still remain alive? You keep acting like the target pointed right between your eyes. Isn't truth among your garbage? I can't believe I'm now this guy. You despise the compromise that could ignite the change we need. If the prize was how you try, it's no surprise the first ride's free.
Ooh.
Stop blaming God.
So,
Because you're thigh.
Bruce got to join them on holiday. Yeah, he was just, if that wasn't a cuck situation, you know, a little bit of that shit slipped out with Will and Jada. And then the fucking slap heard round the world. What the fuck was that? Ugh.
You have the Colonel Sanders and your flavor is so astonishing that women can't be cancers and men shouldn't be the bomb to bring. And end all the hollering.
I mean, it's all just fucked up, man. It's just all fucked up. It's all so clearly fucked up. Is Ian Carroll showing back up yet? Do we have any Ian Carroll sightings yet?
You're like heroin to aspirin, a step up so regrettable. I wish I never felt the pull, addicted to your nightmare. At first you felt incredible, now all we do is fight. We're a statistic and we're right where everyone said we'd be. Because you didn't know you might bear fruit because your tree doesn't flower for a week. Every month like clockwork. The truth is you selfishly just had to quench your cock thirst.
Cock thirst. I love this song.
Stop blaming God. Stop blaming God. Because you're thigh. Because you thigh. Refuse to hide. Refuse to hide. Don't get it, pride. Don't get it, pride. Stop blaming God. Stop blaming God. Don't act surprised. Don't act surprised. Your lockheed line. Your lockheed line. Should be despised. Should be despised. If you are on your period, then why are you out fucking? I couldn't be more serious. You should keep that ragamuffin from making an appearance. If your water's showing rust, then you should have a healthy fear of kids, acknowledging that nothing is worth that one-time stuffing that comes complete with gravy. You may think you have turducken, but even that, when eaten daily, is boring, and the failing mirror's numbers should be hailing the sea change we could be sailing if these captains knew their ships. Instead of us curtailing the stupidity prevailing, we beg for the unveiling of your lush beef curtain strips.
Oh,
When it
Jamie
comes to
Andrews.
the average
Yeah,
male
it's a
things
pretty
are
fucked up
basically
video.
a stale dream. Chasing these females means make certain not to slip. You may just be out wailing, frivolously impaling someone you plan on bailing on, but if the work empties your clip, you could be stuck to a drip that turns into a drop. What was a quick flip turns into a flop, and then comes the cops and a system that bleeds us, because women can't stop their need for some penis. The best part is, this is a women's power song. You guys
Demi,
should
if you
agree
put
with
Demi
me,
in,
man.
it's the first thing
Your
that pops
vagina.
up.
I'm not trying to tell you anything.
I feel that I'm gonna wipe that person right off the screen because I'm her plus more.
I'm her plus more. That's from the party, but apparently I can't. All the other videos have been taken down. Look at that monster. Jesus Christ. That's tough, man. Where the fuck is this video? There it is. There it is. It took forever.
Thank you very much.
This is on Entertainment Tonight, apparently. That kid's birthday party. He's gonna freak over a t-shirt.
Jim Morrison still lives for all you people out there. Morrison is alive!
Oh yeah? That's interesting.
Morrison lives, everybody, and I don't care what anybody says. I know this for a fact.
He knows it for a fact. I don't want to hear her sing.
The greatest, and I'm putting in a buck.
What the fuck? She has a boyfriend at the time.
Okay, one more time.
How old is this kid? And then this comes on. They start singing it, and Demi stops what she's doing to sing the song. It's one of the most MK Ultra songs you've ever.
I don't know. Maybe just because I love them all, and I hope they all love me. We do love them, and I love them.
This dude's making out with Demi Moore.
Absolutely, because he's one of my most favorite people. Almost a month and a half.
One of her most favorite people after a month and a half.
I'm Philip Tanzini, and I play Jeremy.
Philip Tanzini.
Oh, okay. Because I love Philip, and he's the only one I love. Do your interview already. All right. I'm looks in love, but personally, I love
And then
Philip.
who's the little kid sitting there in the middle?
We got a new storyline cooking, what would you say?
He knows Jim Morrison's alive for a fact.
Tony, I am trying. This guy's Tony Leary, or Geary.
Now with the kiss. What a beautiful girl. So young, so, look at the pain in her eyes.
I feel that I'm gonna wipe that person right off the screen because I'm her plus more. And I think she's great, one. And we get along great.
Great. Oh, it's great. Everything's great.
I really, honestly, I don't know. And I'm looking forward to knowing. But so far, we are friends. We fight a lot, but we are friends. And
The fuck is she talking about?
I don't know if we're gonna become lovers. It looks like that we will, but I don't know, honestly. I'm 19. I just turned 19.
Poor girl.
It's so new and so different.
She just
I
became
can't
famous.
even tell you how new and different it is. And everyone so far has been so wonderful and so
She's totally sober, I'm sure.
welcoming. I can't even accept it yet. I'm just glad that they are that way. Thank you, and I want to say happy birthday to Philip because I love him dearly. He's one of my most favorite people. For about 3 weeks.
3 weeks now. It's not even a month and a half. Favorite people in the world, the 19-year-old.
We're gonna get married, by the way. Don't let her husband find out. I can't wait.
Don't let her husband find out.
Really is truly terrific. And Big Amet. He is, and I really love him because he keeps me happy.
David in here.
Yes.
It's David. This is her little brother, so Paul.
He is my little brother.
In the true sense. Well, next month.
In the true sense, that's her little brother. Yeah, nothing weird about that shit.
What?
Yeah, it's. And then again, connect it to Ashton Kutcher. Connect it, who is, was 23 when he taught his 15-year-old wife how to kiss.
Yeah,
and then he got fucking cougared himself.
Right, well, that's what all this is. We were just looking at the Demi Moore video.
What video?
Where's this one? Where she's at that party. She's 19 and Philip Tanzini.
Ashton was what, 7?
Younger than that, I'm sure.
Gross.
Philip Tanzini. Philip Tanzini was an actor. What the fuck? Was an actor who had a successful Hollywood career. He also appeared in the TV movie Man from Atlantis. He appeared in a number of television specials, including Charo and the Sunshine Boys. He was born on January 9th, 1967. And when is this video from? Give a date when this was filmed. He's 15, I guess. And he's at his 15th birthday party, right? So he's 14 turning 15. And it's not like, she's known this kid for 3 weeks. And it's not like, again, he's some super stud. He's a fucking dork. Encyclopedia. Actor, voiceover, performer, Young Artist Award, Best Young Actor in a Daytime Television Series, 1981. Hollywood Nights, Hollywood Party, International Film Marketing, 8-Second Boy, Marked for Death. He was in Steven Seagal is Marked for Death? Damn, son. What an actress. I don't know which one of them would be more scared. His last credited movie appearance is 1996 as Martin Roth, Without a Map, also known as Dispatches from Messy Journey. Voice of Jack Draper in Puff the Magic Dragon. He's the voice of Jack Draper. Voice of Banana in The Trouble with Miss Switch. ABC Week Specials, 1980. Voice of Banana and Conrad. Miss Switch and the Rescue, 1982. Like, he doesn't have a huge career, so it's not very many things that he has credits in. So it's weird that, like, who is this guy? Television appearances, 1977 through, looks like 1988 was the last of his career. No, 1994, sorry. He was the third director on Young Indiana Jones and the Hollywood Follies, the Family Channel, 1994. Up here's one, the Troy, The Pros and Cons of Breathing, also known as LA Rules, The Pros and Cons of Breathing, Leisure Time Features, 1995. I mean, it's like, it's such a strange, he doesn't have much of a career. Resurfaced video shows 19 this is from Yahoo. Resurfaced video shows 19-year-old Demi Moore kissing 15-year-old co-star. But again, he was turning 15. And she is like she's hot. And a decades-old video of actress Demi Moore kissing a 15-year-old co-star Philip Tanzini has resurfaced on social media, triggering heated debates about past Hollywood behavior and double standards regarding age-appropriate relationships. The footage, originally aired by Entertainment Tonight in 1982, captures the then 19-year-old Moore engaged in multiple kisses with Tanzini while celebrating his 15th birthday. Right, so he's fucking 14. Demi Moore in her younger days demonstrating why little boys are just as much at risk as little girls are around Hollywood freaks. The post has since garnered over 3 million views, reigniting conversations about the entertainment industry's history of inappropriate relationships and whether Moore's actions should be scrutinized under today's ethical standards. Oh, right, because back then, a 14-year-old and a 19-year-old was totally okay. The video, filmed at Tanzini's birthday party, features Moore in a playful yet affectionate mood, showering the teenage actor with attention. Throughout the clip, she kisses Tanzini on the lips multiple times and expresses her fondness for him, saying, "I love Philip, and he's the only one I love. I love him dearly. He's one of my most favorite people. He's truly terrific, and I really love him." That sounds like a normal person's speech pattern and shit, right? She also jokingly suggests that she plans to marry Tanzini despite being married at the time to her first husband, musician Freddie Moore. So, I'm her husband, and Entertainment Tonight shows a video of her essentially making out with a fucking 14 turning 15-year-old boy. Doesn't that lead to immediate divorce? Like, just what the actual fuck is going on? Well, the footage may have been seen as lighthearted in the early 80s. The modern lens through which the audiences now view such interactions has drastically changed. Because it wasn't just playing around. She was trying to kiss him more than he was her. The conversation has extended beyond just Moore and Tanzini, with some pointing out that Hollywood has long been a place where blurred boundaries and power dynamics have been ignored or excused. I mean, do you guys, I don't know if you're old enough, but if you're my age, my wife, sweetheart, you remember the videos of Drew Barrymore being like 8 years old, partying, smoking cigarettes, and hanging out at Hollywood parties? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Do you know that in E.T., when something happens with the police, Drew Barrymore is supposed to be, Birdie is supposed to be 5 or 6, I believe. And at one point, the mom goes, "Okay, I'm going to run to the police station. You don't go outside." Or she leaves her 5 or 6-year-old kid at home. The Tommy Moore's Oscar nomination and renewed scrutiny. The controversy comes at an inconvenient time for Demi Moore, as she just received her first ever Oscar nomination for her performance in The Substance. The actress, who has had a career resurgence in recent years, expresses her excitement over the nomination, stating, "I don't give a fuck." Critics argue that this resurgence video casts shadow over her nomination, leading some to question Hollywood's standard when it comes to past misconduct. Should she be judged by the standards? No, we shouldn't be judging her. It's not even her at all. That's the thing. She's not being nasty. I mean, she is, but she's clearly under some sort of control in that shit. Why was she even at the party, let alone as soon as Somewhere Over the Rainbow starts playing, she's literally kissing the kid, stops and turns, and starts, that's one of the craziest parts of the video. Somewhere Over the Rainbow I hate that fucking song. I fucking hate that song. I hate how it's always sung on singing singing competition shows. Like, I just fucking hate that song. And when you learn it's MK Ultra sort of connections, it just makes it that much worse. These people are fucking sick. They're sick. I mean, this bitch was supposed to be married. Why is she making out with anyone, let alone a 15-year-old that she's known for 3 weeks and is one of her most favorite people? Like, you're a hot girl, you're 19 years old. Are you hanging out with any 15-year-olds? I mean, just, who's hanging out with 15-year-olds at 19? It's some nasty shit, man. And you see how they, like, even play it off like, oh, it's just playful. Hollywood, this and that. Like, that's how we grew up. That's what we were told repeatedly. It's okay. It's okay. How many, it's not something you don't see nearly as much anymore, but like even Hugh Hefner, just to prove what a fucking badass he was, he walked around with 3 fucking young bitches on his side. And the one, I don't remember her name, the one that was the most famous, the one that got her own show and shit. Like, it was just so fake. What the fuck could they ever... obviously, the life that comes with it. But, these are some extremely beautiful women. Kendra was it. Kendra being, in my opinion, at the time, I guess, the most... Well, no, because the main one was pretty hot, too. Fuck it. They're just, all 3 were hot. But still, do you honestly think that 80-year-old, 70-year-old man was fucking doing it right? Okay. When I was growing up, you would see it all the time. How about one of the most beautiful women like ever, Catherine Zeta-Jones, being with Michael Douglas? Like, what the fuck? I could break up with my wife today, and maybe I'd fuck some 28-year-old. Take 20 years off, but probably, if she like wanted me to, maybe. But like, I can't imagine trying to be in a relationship or not feeling so fucking weird and creepy hanging out with somebody that much younger than me. Who should be more scared? She was only 19. Right. She was 19. This was literally, I forget what her first big movie break was. The first thing there, she became like a superstar. But this was like weeks before that premiered. And you just have to wonder, who the fuck is that? His name is Philip Tanzini. You know how they like to have Italian names. Leslie Moonves, the president of CBS, until he got busted trying to fuck with Jerica. But, Italian last names are Shapiro. Shapiro sounds like an Italian name. Hey, Shapiro. Like, that's what I always thought. So they have those names. Like, what? Philip Tanzini, he didn't look Italian at all, did he? And it's not like this guy was this big star. Or ever would have been a big star. He was ugly. I mean, what the fuck was going on? Where is her answer for it? Has she ever come out and been like, yeah, you know, I was victimized in this? And I mean, think about how many of those girls were victimized. And when, you know, pushed, have a really awful story. And yet it's still like under the surface. It's still something that we just don't. Oh, look, I have 0 viewers and 17 likes. 0 fucking viewers. Does that make sense? You see this? You see how this works? Kendra, Holly, and Bridget. Oh, somebody was a fan. Holly, I think, was the hot one. I don't know. I mean, Hugh Hefner undoubtedly had a myriad of fucking diseases. There's no way he couldn't have. And they all do. Like I said, you just don't have that much sex without getting something. Being famous doesn't absolve you or protect you from that kind of shit. They all have herpes. They all have warts. They all have gonorrhea and all kinds of shit. I don't know. It's all the same shit. It's all the same people. It's all the same conspiracy. Weinstein should have blown shit wide open. Weinstein should have been this huge, like the equivalent of the 2018 when the church, the Pennsylvania diocese, 6 of 8 were found to be riddled with pedophilia. And stories of them, instead of, you know, calling the police and turning the guy over, they would send him to a different part of the country without any warning, and he'd go get busted there. And once they get busted enough times, they send him to the Vatican where there's no extradition treaty, and, you know, that's that. But when it happened, it was 6 of the 8 dioceses were just full of it. The 2 that weren't were Amish communities, so you couldn't fucking know anyway. Which we already know in Amish communities, there's a ton of inappropriate fucking, you know, child relationships, child-adult relationships. It's all over Amish communities. But the cardinal that was in charge, the capo of that region, in charge of those 8 dioceses, he initially came out like, oh, and this dude, big old bug eyes, and like he looked like Gollum. He all skinny and gross and just looked like if you were gonna draw a fucking creepy religious pedophile, he fit that to the T. And, you know, it seemed like, holy shit, this might bring the church down. This might expose the church. I mean, if it's 6 of 8 in Pennsylvania, more like 8 of 8, what about all the other dioceses? What about all the other states? But nothing came of it. What the fuck are you talking about? Nobody knows what you're talking about. You got 3 and 13. I got 2 and 7. You got 3 and 13? And I have 2 and 17? How does that make sense? That's weird. That's weird. 18 though. 2 and 18. Even weirder. I mean, totally normal, right? You've seen, like, anybody that goes live will have 2 viewers and 18 likes. It just sounds so stupid saying it. It's so fucking goofy. 19, 2 and 19. I still have 2, but I've gained 3. That makes sense. Makes sense. And of course, unlike your Stu Peters, your any of these guys. Like, if you just look at the numbers, they just don't make any sense. Especially when you start putting the friars in here, the admitted Jews in here. And you think they make up 0.183% of the world's population. So to have one of them here organically would mean I would have to have at least 500 people here. Once you start getting into 2, 3, 4 of them, I mean, I should have, thousands of viewers to account for the number of Jewish people here. But hey, what do I know? I have 1 viewer and 19 likes. It's stuff like this, like when you're looking for what to look for, this is it. They're not going to come out and say that I'm the guy, I'm the guy that they're scared of, I'm the guy that is telling the truth. But you have to look at what you're looking at and ask yourself whether it makes sense or not. Have you ever seen anything like this before? Nothing I do should be unique. Right? In this world of 8 billion people, a large portion of which are on YouTube, nothing should be, or on social media, nothing should be unique. It should just be, oh, this is happening, or that's happening. Instead, you see something that you've never seen before, and you won't see anybody else. I mean, maybe you will, I don't know. If you do, then show me, because I'd love to see it. You're seeing 20. We never believe you anyway. But that in itself should just be like, what the fuck is going on here? What the fuck am I looking at that has 19 likes and 3 viewers? Like I was saying, I was watching the pilot episodes over the last couple of days. And you just see, man, it used to be really fucking racist. I watched the 227 pilot episode. And it's basically black women on a porch. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Girl. Oh, girl. Jack Hay wasn't like the Jack Hay character she became. Oh, so awful. I remember always seeing her and being like, why is she supposed to be the attractive one? She is physically unattractive, but her personality is the absolute worst. Okay. God, it's so awful. Just like everything else, guys, all I'm ever doing is challenging you. Just challenging you. If I'm wrong, then let's hear what I'm wrong about. And if you're willing to tell me I'm wrong, then you have to be willing to tell me I'm right, too. Right? It has to go both ways, just like your mom. Oh. But this is, again, if I was wrong, right? Don't you think at some point somebody would have been like, no, man, you got to check this guy out. He has the same thing. I see this every time he goes live. Been saying this shit for years, and nobody says that. Just like nobody makes the Guy William Sucks video, even though I'm begging you to. The title is Guy William Sucks, just so I can find it. I want to be able to find it so I can show it on my feed and show everybody why I suck. Shouldn't be that difficult. And yet, for some reason, 2 viewers, 19 likes. How do you achieve? How do you obtain the American dream? Attain the American dream when you're not allowed to? When your shit doesn't make sense? I mean, it does everything makes sense depending on how you look at it. But if you have 19 likes, then that should be like the algorithm going, oh, hey, this guy fucking, let's pump his shit out there. It's just goofy. It's just goofy. Anyway, as always, all the links are in the description. Go get your free download. Go watch Hollywoodism. Go look up Mishnah Nadam 5:4 for yourself. I try to provide you with everything that you could use to prove me wrong. Right? If I'm wrong, then here's my sources. Here's where I get my information from. Check it out, and then tell me what I'm wrong about. And it just never happens. I believe I provide you with the best grouping of links and information to be able to, crush any of these fucking disgusting friars. Right? Crush them. They're pathetic. They're disgusting. They're inferior in every way. The only thing that they're superior to us in is their ruthlessness, is their supremacy. They're willing to do whatever it takes to maintain that supremacy. So go check everything you can out. Poke as many holes in my narrative as you can. Have yourself a great day. Go get your free download, www.the-Bilderberg, BILDERBERG-group.com. Free to download, free to listen to. Just put 0 in the payment box. You click download. How much do you want to pay? You click 0 and it's free. Or you can donate. How many of you can say that whole thing with me? Because you've heard me say it so many times. Anyway, have yourself a great day. And you pedophiles, kill yourselves. Wait for it. Okay.